Opening calm, reflective tone. One quiet day, as the sun struggled to break through the cold, gray sky, a man noticed an elderly woman stranded on the side of the road. Her luxury car sat motionless, and even from a distance, it was clear she needed help. Without hesitation, the man pulled over. His old Pontiac sputtered as he stepped out and walked toward her car. Pause, shift the woman's perspective. The woman was nervous. For over an hour, cars had passed her by. No one had stopped. She watched him approach, his clothes worn, his face tired. Was he safe? She wondered. Fear tightened her chest as the cold wind cut through her coat. But the man noticed her trembling. He recognized that look, the chill that doesn't come from the weather, but from fear. Man gently. Don't worry, ma'am. I'm here to help. Why don't you wait in your car where it's warm? My name is Brian Anderson. Action, steady, narration. The problem turned out to be simple, a flat tire. But simple doesn't mean easy, especially for someone alone on a cold roadside. Brian got down on the ground, scraping his knuckles as he struggled with the jack. His hands grew dirty, his fingers sorbed. He didn't complain. A few minutes later, the tire was replaced. As he tightened the last bolt, the woman rolled down her window and thanked him again and again. She explained she was just passing through town, traveling back home. Soft pause. When Brian finished, she asked him how much she owed. Any amount, she thought, would be worth avoiding the fear she'd felt. Brian simply smiled. Brian, I don't want anything. This isn't a job. I've been helped before when I needed it. Then he added, if you really want to repay me, help someone else when you can. And think of me. She drove away, leaving Brian standing in the fading light. The day had been cold and difficult, but his heart felt warm. Scene transition, cafe. A few miles down the road, the woman stopped at a small roadside cafe. It looked old and unfamiliar, with rusty gas pumps outside and dim lights inside. A young waitress greeted her with a kind smile and handed her a towel to dry her hair. The woman noticed something immediately. The waitress was heavily pregnant, yet she moved with grace and warmth, never once showing exhaustion or frustration. How can someone with so little give so much? The woman wondered, and then she remembered Brian. Emotional beat. When the meal was finished, the woman paid with $100 bill and quietly slipped out before the waitress returned with change. When the waitress came back, the table was empty, but something caught her eye. A napkin. She unfolded it and read the words written carefully across it. Narration reading. You don't owe me anything. Someone once helped me, just as I'm helping you now. If you want to repay me, don't let this chain of love end with you. Beneath the napkin were 4 more $100 bills. Tears filled the waitress's eyes. Closing scene. That night, after a long shift, she climbed into bed beside her husband. Her mind replayed the words, the money, the kindness. With a gentle smile, she leaned over, kissed him softly, and whispered, waitress softly, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Brian Anderson. Final pause. Moral: what goes round truly does come around. Kindness travels in ways we may never see, but it always finds its way back. Moral: do good, be kind, help others, because the love you give has a way of returning when you need it most.